Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, semoga ilmu ini mendekatkan kami denganmu, ya Allah. Mendapat keredaanmu, ya Allah, dan mendekati dengan jannahmu, ya Allah. Amin. Alright, so Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight is a very serious, it's all serious, but it's important. It's important. This 2-letter word that will save your life, inshallah. So hot day, kan? Kejap, let me get my water. So hot today. Very hot, your country. Okay, so this 2-letter word can save your life. Okay, so before I get into that, let's just do a quick recap of what we shared the past 2 nights. Past 2 nights, we shared basically what is steam. Steam is an abbreviation of the things, ingredients untuk memperkuatkan you, and it is the things you can use to handle away benda-benda yang menghalang jodoh and move forward untuk mendekatkan you dengan jodoh. Boleh? Alright, so Bismillah. Alright, so we covered especially important. We've shared syukur. What is syukur? Kan, syukur itu terlampau penting, dan syukur itu bila kita bersyukur lagi banyak yang Allah bagi. So bersyukurlah, sentiasa bersyukur, dan sentiasa sedar bahawa benda yang tak baik jadi pada kita tu, benda lelaki atau pasangan yang tak baik yang pernah terjadi kat kita tu, bersyukur orang tu dah tak ada dalam hidup kita. Benda tu tak baik, itu maksudnya Allah dah lindungi kita, sedang lindungi kita. Dan bersyukur Allah buka chance untuk lelaki yang baik untuk mendekati you. Bersyukur yang you ada pengalaman tak baik dan you belajar pada itu maksudnya Allah melindungi you. Dan bersyukur Allah bagi chance, peluang untuk lelaki mendekati you. Lelaki yang baik, yang respect you, yang hormat you, yang boleh accept your intellect, your intelligence, your kerjaya, your achievements, kan? I'm sure because most of you here, because you are busy career woman and you feel like you may have to marry down. Okay, is it marry down? I'll explain a bit more after this. Alright, so sayang diri, we covered sayang diri the other day, sebab it is one of the most important thing. Kalau kita kita sayang orang, kan? You biasanya sayang orang. Tapi nampaknya macam orang tak sayang you, tak treat you with respect. So how to get people to respect and sayang you? You start dengan sayang diri you dulu. Alright, so we've discussed this past 2 nights. I'm just rolling this through just to recap your memory. Right, sayang syurga. Apakah kriteria orang yang sayang syurga? Orang yang sayang syurga, apakah kriteria dia? Apakah sifat dia orang yang sayang syurga? So kalau kita nak ke syurga, kita nak pasangan yang juga sayang syurga. Dan kita carilah pasangan yang sayang syurga. Macam mana kita nak cari pasangan yang sayang syurga? Kita pun jadi orang yang bersifat yang sayang syurga. Boleh? Alright. So, syariat. Kita cari jodoh gunakan syariat. Jangan ikut Hollywood. Hollywood tu biasanya saya cakap Hollywood tu macam benda yang tak halal, dan it takes time, dating break. Ikut ilmu ta'aruf yang disyariatkan Islam, dan ini adalah cara yang paling pantas, efisien dan terhormat. Kehormat? Yang hormatlah. Sujud is one of the best way to talk to Allah. When we are reading Quran, Allah is talking to us. Of course, Allah knows what we want before we want it, before we know we want it, kan? Allah is closer to us than our jugular veins, kan? But sujud is one of the best way to talk to Allah, to doa, untuk minta dan sebagainya. Dan bersyukur masa kita tengah sujud. Alright, so next point adalah sistem. Sistem is a teknik dan strategi yang boleh digunakan untuk mengelak benda yang kita tak nak dan mendekati diri yang kita nak. Okay, system, which is the things that I keep sharing every night. Pukul 9 malam ni, systems. These are one of the ingredients and parts of the system yang macam STIM ni, kan. S stands for something. A few things. T stands for a few things like tawakal, tekad, dan tahajud. Okay. I stands for something else. We'll cover the other nights. M pun ada. Alright, so support. Alright, so Support is a support group. Everyone needs a support group. I need a support group. You may not call it support group, but this group of friends yang you trust implicitly to help you move forward and bukan mengherdik or mengacau you. Yeah, they support you in your quest, in your journey untuk mendekatkan diri dengan Allah. Alright, this is a proper support group. Alright, switch is about deciding. It's a decision making where you just macam, okay, I'm the right person to do this, and you decided that you want to change or exchange. I always say, don't change, it's too hard, but exchange. There's always a better person inside you. You exchange and let the better person inside you to lead you towards what you want, which is keredaan Allah and Jannah. There's always a big goal, the big why. Alright. Secret is menjaga keaiban, di mana kita tak share perkara yang silap kita pernah buat. Itu because itu keaiban lama, tutup keaiban. Kita mesti sentiasa tutup keaiban lama. Okay, and nanti dah kahwin, nanti husband and wife are garments for each other. You cover keaiban suami cover keaiban you. Okay, right. Satire is being able to of course you want to marry someone who's witty, kan? Witty is also intelligent, funny. Witty is an indicator of an intelligent person according to scientific research. So satire is important, and I'm not asking you to be a clown. No, I'm not telling you to be a clown, and but it's humor is the spice of life. It's the spice of relationship, and I told you guys the other night that my wife is really funny because she married me. I find that funny. Anywho, silly is being able to laugh at our own mistakes, can our past. Don't look at our past and our mistakes too hard. Learn from our past, tapi we learn from it and just laugh at it. It's like, oh, I was so silly back then. Okay, all right. So, and sedekah is next, is a very powerful tool untuk melorongkan rezeki, membuka pintu rezeki. Di mana kita bersedekah, Allah akan murahkan lagi rezeki kita, dan jodoh itu juga rezeki. So jangan kedekut dengan Allah, ya, sebab kita nak Allah buka pintu rezeki jodoh untuk kita. So jangan kedekut dengan Allah. Kau nak bagi sikit pun tak apa, donate to any worthy cause, asalkan istiqomah, consistent. I'm sure there's a lot of macam monthly standing order you can make a donation to, and sikit pun tak apa, kan? Macam I subscribe to a few donation every month, which is maybe some are just like 35 ringgit a month, some I give minimum, but to a few it's just like 35 ringgit a month. What is 35 ringgit a month? It's like 2 plate of KFC. Because KFC is my exchange value, and how I can quantify things. It's like 2 plates of KFC. Ada 2.5. Depends on the size of the meal. Anywho, it's just 2 plates of KFC to me, but to the organization, to the recipient, 35 ringgit is a lot. And okay, so it doesn't have to be big, but consistent. Istiqomah. Bismillah. Start. Hot day. Alhamdulillah. All right, so moving on. Story to overcome fear. This one I will cover specifically in Nak Jodoh punya group members. After this, pukul 10:05, we'll have a session where I will show the ladies, you ladies in the group members, that when you feel down and when you want to think clearly, you want to relieve yourself from the anguish you've been feeling, you can just do it in a snap, just like that. Okay, all right, so I just triggered myself and suddenly I'm just so relaxed. I've programmed myself to be that way, to sit up straight and breathe and focus on what I'm doing, and I'm not so stressed on, oh, what I'm going to say next. No, I'm going to say next. I mean, I use this technique so many times because I program myself, because sometimes I give talks. Occasionally I give talks to in front of millionaire investors and bankers and people who have more experience in business than I am. And then sebelum naik stage tu, I'm holding the mic. I'm still having macam doubts with myself again. Why are these rich, smart people? Why do these rich, smart people want to hear from me? That was my insecurity back then. But I should be listening for them, and I should be listening to them. But why do they want to hear from me? But I just okay, they invited me, so just snap out of it, and just all right. So bring it on. So give me the mic. So even while I'm holding the mic, I am relaxed, I am focused, I can talk, deliver what I need to deliver, get the investment, and bada bing, bada boom. All right. So yeah, relax. You know what to do. It's just that sometimes you need to calm down, clear your head, and because you already know what to do, you just push forward. Basically, macam if you're driving a car, we take out all the barang sampah all the weights out of the boot, bonnet apa semua, and suddenly you just can move much faster. You're letting go of the heavy weights which is not supposed to be there. Katakan you ada dumbbell lah apa semua dalam boot you take it out so you can move forward. Okay, cool. Alright, so nanti pukul 10:05 siapa-siapa all the nak jodoh BFF punya members will be having this relaxation technique. I will be showing you on how to do it. Cool. Alright, so smile is also sedekah, and smile also changes our physiology. When macam katakan you tengah sebik kan, but try put on a smile on your face. That doesn't only change what you're thinking and what you're feeling, but your body pun rasa macam you just want to take a good breath and feeling more grateful. Smile is very important, kan? Smiling. Okay. And next is search. Yang kita dah share the other night. Search is I pointed out the system in our brain called reticular activating system. Short is RAS, di mana I was giving an example that when if you are thinking semua lelaki single gay, the good ones are taken, lelaki single tu gay. If that's what you're thinking, that's what you're going to find and see. Kan? Macam don't think like a lalat lah. Jangan fikir macam lalat. Lalat tu macam dia fikir sampah, mata dia cari sampah, dia dapat sampah. So jangan fikir lalat. Fikir macam helang. Helang tu dia flying high, looking for a good fish, go down, and that's it. Just focus on what it wants, not what it doesn't want. Okay. So stop thinking that single guys are gay, because if you keep thinking that, then that's what you're gonna see and find and get, and that is my concern. All right. So don't think that single guys are gay. If you think that, it's what you're gonna get. So think of, okay, Alhamdulillah, Allah is going to give me, this is what I want. You should be thinking, Alhamdulillah, Allah is going to give me someone berakhlak, beragama, insyaAllah. Okay. Sebab you selalu bersyukur. You selalu minta kat Allah. Focus on bersyukur and focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Okay. All right. So siap siaga is the next point. What we already covered. Siap siaga is your preparedness. Just to quickly cover, siap siaga is sometimes when you are feeling you tak tahu whether you're ready to get married, you have doubts. Ready is a feeling, but what you can do is prepare. Preparedness is what you can do to feel ready. Okay, so if you're not prepared, of course don't be ready. Kan? Katakan you nak pergi camping, you didn't pack, and then okay, let's go camping. Tiba-tiba you masuk hutan, barang tak ada, baju tak ada, toilet tak ada, torchlight tak ada. Of course you don't feel ready because you are not prepared. So what I'm trying to prepare you with all this equipment and thinking tools and relaxation techniques is for you to prepare. So insyaAllah you'll feel ready and confident to go ahead and get married. Okay. Alright, sopan dengan diri. So I shared this yesterday, di mana katakan you ada kawan, kan? Katakan you ada kawan and kawan tu sentiasa hina you, herdik you, and basically a horrible friend lah. So you nak tak kawan dengan dia? Kan? Of course you tak nak you jauhi daripada orang yang macam tu, kawan yang tak appreciate you, hina you, herdik you. But unfortunately, sometimes the kawan is us ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. Kita selalu hina, herdik diri kita sendiri. So, sopan bukan hanya dengan orang lain, sopan dengan diri kita sendiri. Jangan hina diri, jangan herdik diri. So, be polite with ourselves. Don't be too hard on yourself. Alright? You've made mistakes. How to let go of those mistakes is, one, you minta maaf pada Allah. Kedua, you forgive yourself. Ketiga, you syukur pada Allah kerana Allah masih bagi peluang untuk mendekati Allah. Okay? Alright. So, snap out tu macam basically what I've told you just now. Snap out is basically snap out of yourself. Sometimes you're not thinking straight. Take yourself. This is one of the visualization technique that I want to show nanti in the group sekejap lagi. And at 10:05 insyaAllah. Right after this. Kejap je, 10:05 to 10:30. Alright, semangat itu penting sebab katakan you pergi jumpa orang, pasangan you macam mandom, lara je. Perasaan yang lara kan? Lara je. So, semangat bukan semangat body like me. No, that's not what I mean. Kan? Semangat as in, semangat sebab you bertujuan nak kahwin ni adalah kerana Allah. Semangat sebab itu. Bukan semangat gatal nak kahwin. Orang cakap, semangat sangat nak gatal nak kahwin. No, it's not that. Okay? Semangat is sebab you buat ni, usaha ikhtiar you nak cari jodoh, nak cari pasangan yang baik adalah untuk mendapatkan keredaan Allah. Semangat kerana Allah. Boleh? Okay? Kalau orang cakap, saya gatal sangat. No, you correct them if you feel like it. You can correct them. Kita nak kahwin ni kerana Allah kan? Dapat keredaan Allah. Betul tak? Betul tak? What do you think? Kan? Cakap, betul lah. Kan? So, that's how sometimes you can shut people up. Remind them of Allah. Senang. Okay, we shared semalam 6 human needs. 6 human needs. There's a lot to cover. You can just basically watch yesterday's video. Okay, because it's important, because sometimes we don't realize our needs and we don't know how to ask for it. That's very important. Because if we don't realize what we need or what we want, and it makes us very confused. We don't know what we want. We don't know what to ask for. You katakan you pergi restoran, you minta waiter tu tanya you, nak apa kak? Apa je lah. You don't know what you need, you don't know what you want. And then waiter tu buat air suam, and then you cakap, this is not what I wanted. Lah, akak cakap apa-apa je. And I always use this analogy because it's simple. And so if you're specific with what you want, exactly what you want and why you want it, so you can ask for it and be absolutely clear what you want, because you know why you want it. Because it fulfills your human needs. Human needs is not just physiological. It's not just physiological. It is emotional needs, like growth. You need to grow. You want to move forward. Call of age, nak berkahwin sebab it's time for you to move on in the next phase of life. You want to be a wife, a mother. You want syurga di bawah telapak kaki you. You want keredaan Allah. You want to upgrade yourself, kan? And need to contribute to the world by melahirkan anak yang soleh dan solehah. And need to be significant to your family. It's not about ego, but it's a basic fitrah need to be significant, to be to one another, husband and wife, significant other. That's why it's called significant other. Okay, and certainty, the need for certainty. And that was one of the sharing yesterday. Di mana certainty, especially I'm putting in the context of ta'aruf. Ta'aruf is you require for it to be there is a time limit and there is a tujuan. Kenapa you berkenalan dengan this guy adalah sebab ada perlu tujuan. Tujuan adalah untuk kenalan, untuk berkahwin. Tujuan adalah berkenalan untuk berkahwin, bukan nikah terus. Guys, let me tell you guys, if you guys are listening right now, and ta'aruf cari Islam adalah kena berkenalan dahulu, bukan nikah terus. Tak, Rasulullah SAW pun suruh berkenalan dahulu. Alright, ini Rasulullah suruh, bukan saya. Okay, saya ikut je pesanan Rasulullah saya share dengan you persoalan Rasulullah SAW. Alright, so certainty. You need to be certain that you want to marry this guy or this girl, kan? And get tujuan dia berkenalan tu untuk apa? Untuk kahwin. Kalau nak main-main, suruh dia pergi main jauh-jauh. Okay? Dan time limit is very important. Kalau berkenalan tu lama sangat, so it becomes like an open deadline. Katakan this ta'aruf that you call dah setahun lebih kan. I recently got a WhatsApp message. She said dia dah berkenalan dengan this guy, ta'aruf, she says, dah lebih setahun setengah. Like sebab the guy, saya cakap lagi nak kumpul duit. Okay, how much? By when? And $1 million? 10,000? How much? So by when? By when dia nak kumpul tu? Because it's such an open-ended punya need or want or goal. It's not a. I mean, basically, I usually say this: a dream. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. You just angan-angan because dia tak ada deadline. Dia tak ada when you want to close it. Okay. Kalau kita buat contract pun biasanya ada date. By when you finish. You buat loan ni bila you nak kena bayar balik. Bukan sampai bila-bila. Kan? That's not a loan. Okay. If you don't have the certainty, it's the uncertainty which makes you really anxious. It's so open-ended. Akibat dia adalah bila aku nak kahwin, this guy ni berapa lama dia nak kenalan, kan? There are a lot of other guys yang mungkin nak berkenalan dengan you, mungkin lebih baik untuk you, but you wasting the time with this guy yang tak tahu, tak pasti hala tuju bila, tak ada direction, kan? So the need for certainty, there is the need for certainty. Okay, boleh? Bismillah. Oh, very hot your country. Ngada. Alright, so alright, thank you. Good luck. Right, so saya sambung. Tonight, I just want you to learn this one word. It's the 2-letter word. Okay, it's so important. That's why tonight mainly I'm going to share this one thing. It's one word. It's just one word. It only has 2 letters in it. You need to learn to say no. Okay, usually I ask you, you nak tahu apa yang you nak. At the same time, apa yang you tak nak. Kena tahu. Yes, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. At the same time, when you know what you don't want, and what you don't want, you nak elakkan benda tu. For example, you want to be someone who is more practicing in your religion, in your deen. Okay, so what you want is to have more friends yang lebih, more practicing. And you know what you don't want. You want to jauhi orang yang tak practicing, yang gila-gila lah, kan? So you know what you don't want. So especially I want to point out di mana learning to say no ni is very important, because it's being women, Asian women especially, you women, or women, Asians in general, or even especially Asian women, and maybe I'm overgeneralizing, you tell me, but you don't say no enough. Even when you don't like it, you know it's wrong, you know you're not comfortable with it, but you are afraid to say no because you takut orang cakap, oh, you're so disagreeable. You takut orang rasa disagreeable, which can be dangerous. Let me give you a scenario, okay? Katakan a guy takes you to some place quiet, and then he starts touching you in a way you're not comfortable with. Contoh, okay? Should you have said no when he touched you, or should you have said no before he take you someplace quiet? You rasa macam mana? So when should you have said no? Can. So if you're listening, I want to make sure if there's just one thing that you've learned tonight is I've gotten you used to saying no to the bad things. Can you type no, please? Can you type no? Can you type no? Just type no or say no. Boleh? Type no or say no. Thank you. Thank you. Type no. I want to know that you're learning. I want to know that you're learning. Yes, I will know that you it's like because you're not you're not saying no enough, which gets you in trouble. You're not saying no enough when a guy is pushing you towards something that you don't like or something undesirable. Okay. Okay, I'll give you a conversation I had earlier today with a lady. A question was posed di mana dia cakap dia dah ta'aruf with a guy. Dia cakap nak berta'aruf for 6 months. They agreed on that. 6 months. Okay. So it's the 6-month ta'aruf tu might be too long, might be too short. Okay. Why if it's too long? It could be when you might have found out something bad about the person and you want to call it off. Because usually at the end of the 6 months, you've already agreed. Macam, okay, if the 6 months, after 6 months ni, we've decided kau tak on, maksudnya it's a no. Kalau on, you talk to my father. That kind of thing. That's usually the arrangement. But 6 months might be too long. Okay, it depends on you, the time limit. But if you find out something bad, like this lady did, if this lady did, she found out something bad about the guy within a month, so she wants to call it off. She already told him, dia cakap, this is not working out, blah, 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 don't talk to me again, that kind of thing. But the guy doesn't understand or can't handle that rejection. Can't handle the rejection. Okay. So I wrote down the conversation. Of course, I'm not going to say names. I took notes. But the guy doesn't understand her no. Okay. And she's already told him she's not interested to continue with the ta'aruf. And so I asked her, does he perceive your rejection as saja nak jual mahal? No, she doesn't think that way. Or this guy, dia punya ego, terkesan sebab he feels rejected so quickly, even before the 6 months ended. Or basically, she's rejecting the guy. She told me she's rejecting the guy. She doesn't have the minimum criteria of the 2A, which is, minimum to get it on with you, the halal way, of course. With the 2A, minimum 2A lah, nak pass dengan you kan, nak pass je, but not excellent score. Okay, nak pass is 2A. Akhlak, agama, she didn't pass neither one. Kan, because she told me she found out that dia tak solat and he drinks alcohol. That's what she found out. And of course lah, dia tak nak. I mean, she's not expecting a super imam. She's just expecting, I'm sure like most of you juga, someone who's slightly more practicing than you, slightly more knowledgeable than you, to lead you, kan? Tu je, tak adalah. I mean, but this one, 1A tak ada, 2A tak ada A. No A. Tak ada A langsung. Tak ada akhlak, tak ada agama. I mean, akhlak, maybe, because she said he's a nice guy. But he drinks. So, I mean, the two minimum criteria yang Rasulullah cakap seorang wanita perlu ada cari dalam pasangan suami, this minimum dua benda, akhlak, agama. Rasulullah cakap, okay, Sallallahu, not me. I'm just relaying to you, this is what the Prophet said. Sallallahu. So, okay, so she continues to tell me that there is the very basic criteria pun tak lepas. So macam mana? She wants someone, just doesn't have to be super imam, just slightly more knowledgeable, slightly more practicing, kan, to lead her, kan. Because let's say you naik kapal, and then the captain pun is worse than you at navigating the ship. You're not gonna get anywhere. You're gonna get lost at sea. Okay, so um, she continues to tell me. Um, I mean, she already told him no, and then she went quiet for a while. But the guy she blocked him from messages, and then she felt bad. She felt bad, and then she unblocked him, and the guy said hi. You know what happened when you do that? You know what happened when you do that? A guy naik hope dia balik. And because maybe one, he might want to redeem his ego, or he actually wants her seriously. Okay. But basically, dia memang dah tak nak, not interested. So, I think there is such a thing as healthy ghosting. And healthy ghosting might be required here. Di mana you completely block the guy. Because when she unblocked the guy, because she felt bad, I think she's being too nice. I think most women are being too nice. That's why guys are treating you like doormats. I said it. Because you're being too nice. Okay? Yalah, marah. Marah ke? But I'm saying you're being too nice. That's why this is happening. This is happening because you're being too nice. You're not saying no dengan tegas. Okay? So, you're still listening? Okay, type no. Okay, thank you for typing no. Can someone else type no? Say no. Just say no. Just say no. 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 You don't want this? Talk to yourself. This is not good for you. Kan? This is your internal conversation with yourself. Okay, dia tak ada akhlak, dia tak ada agama. You have a horrible bad feeling about this. Bukan you cerewet. Bukan you cerewet. Kan? Maybe your friends cakap, her friends cakap, oh, this guy, he's a nice guy. Yeah, he might be a nice guy on the surface, but he drinks, which is, he doesn't even fit the two minimum criteria, which is akhlak dan agama. Kan? So macam kawan dia bising lah, her friends were bising, and dia cakap no, it's not good enough for her. Bukan dia cerewet, it's not high standard, minimum pun tak lepas yang Rasulullah suruh, bukan cerewet, kan? So I mean, if she were more firm on blocking the guy, giving a healthy ghosting, a healthy ghosting where this guy is not good for you, not good for your iman, not a good husband, akhlak tak ada, agama tak ada. So perhaps this is a time women learn how to ghost men, healthy ghosting, completely cut him out. Okay, because she asked me, is she being too polite? I think so, but I cannot tell her that because I have to make her realize that, okay, now I'm talking to, let's say her name is Siti, nama contoh, okay? All right, so right now I'm talking to Siti, and the nice, polite, agreeable Siti that gets into trouble like this. Can I talk to a different side of Siti that is more firm, lagi self-respecting, lagi tegas? What would that Siti say and do? What would that Siti say and do? Can you ask yourself that question? If you are not disagreeable, if you're not, let's say your name is Siti, for example, if you're not this Siti, you ask yourself, if I'm not this person who only just so agreeable, so nice doormat person, kan, biar orang buat apa-apa je. If you're not this person yang, if you're, and what if you ask, and then exchange yourself. This is the different side of you, di mana the side of you yang tegas, the side of you yang self-respecting, the side of you yang firm dengan diri you dan orang lain, especially dalam cari pasangan. You know what you want, akhlak dan agama minimum, and what is this other side of you going to say and do what is this other side of you going to say and do in order to properly say no, so that this guy doesn't bother you anymore, because you're wasting time with this guy. I mean, you already tak nak this guy. You're already not interested. I mean, drinking is a habit. Probably it's a habit hard to let go. I mean, is it necessary? Kan? And and she also memang dah tak nak, tak interested. You, this city also not interested. City ni nama contoh, it's not a real name. Okay, so what would you do? What would you do if you are someone lagi tegas, lagi firm, lagi self-respecting, and someone who says no? What would you do? How would you turn him down? Okay, how would you turn him down? All right, so it would be helpful. There is a question, bear that in mind, and it would be helpful if you realize what are the red flags to look for. Okay, usually there's this system I call aura, A-U-R-A. A is awareness, aware of what red flags are. U is understand these are the red flags, and so forth. I think I'll make another video of that another night. That'll be interesting, right? So red flags dalam mencari pasangan, the things that you don't want. I've briefly covered it in other videos, but maybe it's time to share that again. Okay, so because the person who is too nice, too much of a doormat. Okay, contoh lah, I'm not calling you a doormat, but certain things that you do gives perception to other people that they think they can treat you like a doormat. Okay, I'm not calling you a doormat. I'm saying things that you do might lead people to perceive you as a doormat. Okay, janganlah marah saya nak tolong you. Okay, alright. So it is also a fear of being confrontational. Betul tak? It's a fear of being confrontational. Di mana tak nak gaduh, tak apa, kita ni semua aman bahagia. But your rights, your needs and wants are being trampled over like a doormat. And your feelings are being trampled over because you're forced to do something you don't want to do. And she mentioned that usually being too nice, being non-confrontational, and not being able to say no has led some women to tercurang or curang lah. Because, for example, this woman already has a boyfriend or husband, or tunang, tapi because she can't say no to a guy who's more seductive, yang lagi smooth, and they did something undesirable. So because simply she can't say no at the beginning. Okay, so what I'm concerned is you don't know how to say no to things that you don't want, and you don't know what to say no to. Okay, so the homework that I want you to do tonight, okay, you are accountable for your own ikhtiar. I'm giving you homework for you to be clear with yourself, to know what you want and what you don't want. You tak nak buat, up to you. I'm giving such homeworks for you for your own good. And I was getting feedback. One of the sisters, she said she likes the homework that I give because it makes her feel she's more accountable in her ikhtiar. And she is in charge. She feels more in charge and empowered by doing these homeworks because it gives her more accountability and a more clear plan of what she wants and what she doesn't want. Okay, so it helps. These homeworks that I'm giving you is like, how are people responding to this homework? Because usually coaching 101 is easier. I can see whether you're serious or not, and are you doing the homework or not. But this is a very mass. I'm talking to the general public, and I don't see your face, body language. I don't know if you're serious. So if you're serious with yourself, please do this homework. Write a no list, things that you don't want. character, behavior yang you tak nak. Like I said, disclaimer, don't focus on what you don't want, focus on what you want. You just have this list as macam, a preface or at the back or reference. You dah tulis banyak, I want this. I want, wajib ada akhlak agama. Nice to have is handsome, kaya, berjaya, opah dan sebagainya, kan? And then what you don't want, he's actually tak solat, he drinks, he gambles, he smokes, This is a no list. I want you to write a no list. Okay, I think it's a basic common sense thing that that you know what you don't want, but get it out of your system, write it down so it's not clouding your head. Tak nak lah kalau macam ni, macam mana. Put it on paper. It helps when you write. When you write, you think. It helps with your process. Write a no list. A list of what you don't want. Okay. Like I mentioned, the feedback I got was when she does the homework, she feels more empowered. She feels more clear and more accountable. With the accountability comes more confidence and empowerment. So, boleh type a no list, things you don't want, kan? Rather than you macam aku tak nak lah macam ni, tak nak macam ni, don't focus on that. Let it out, put it on paper. Put that feeling macam aku tak nak yang drinking, tak solat, smoking, gamble, speeding, mencarut, temper, that's another thing, kan? And what else is it that you don't want? Okay. What is it? Seorang yang temper, pemarah, yep, that's usually top of the list for a lot of people, women. Lagi? Can you think of any? Bismillah. So come up with a no list. Please do this homework. Get it out of your system. Be clear with what you don't want also. Can? Boleh? Can? All right. So because you don't want to waste your life, your time with someone you don't want to live your life with. When I was really surprised when she mentioned the dark truth, the dark fact, where women who don't know how to say no tends to cheat on their spouse because they can't say no to a person yang tiba-tiba someone new datang menggoda. It's dark, but it sort of makes sense. What do you think? Have you heard of these things happening before? Because she just can't say no. She's afraid to say no. She's afraid to be confrontational, and learn to say no. If she only said no dari awal, and she katakan, a swath. What was that movie? Richard Gere, Diane Lane, and then this happily married couple, Richard Gere, Diane Lane, and then they're happily married couple with kids, and then suddenly this artist datang goda Diane Lane. She started having this affair because she just couldn't say no to him. Dia dah tergoda lah, but she did cheat on her husband because she didn't say no to the guy when the artist painter invited her to his place. She could have said no, and she was intrigued by him. Okay. But if she was smarter, she could have said no upfront. So that, and she would have gotten into this. Yes, that's the story, Unfaithful. Thank you. The movie is called Unfaithful. All right, another movie buff. It's an example. I mean, it's a ambil iktibar daripada such movies. It's called Unfaithful. I mean, I saw this movie once and it's like, masa dulu when it first came out, it's like, really? So I thought like, takutnya, kan? Because she's so gullible, she can't say no. I doa masa tu I tengok movie tu, I harap I tak kahwin orang macam ni. I was so macam, who wants a spouse that cheats on us? No one wants that. Kan? So yeah, maybe you might want to watch that movie. I hope there's a censored one. Was there a naughty scene? I don't remember. It was, when did it come out? 2003, 2004. And my lady friends yang tengok that movie pun cakap, sampai hati dia. How could she do that? Well, if she said no, when she first met the painter, if she said no, learn to say no. That's what my point is. That's why I only put 1 point tonight. 1 point. Just, wait, what is this? Just 1 point tonight. I'm pointing to this text on the screen. Learn to say no, because it might get you in trouble. If you don't know how to say no, you might get into trouble. So, ambil iktibar daripada orang yang dah buat silap, like that person in the movie tu kan. And I'm afraid if you don't know how to say no to the wrong guy, you might end up with the wrong guy. I know your concerns is takut salah pilih suami, but if the wrong guy comes to you and seems charming to you, but you don't know how to say no to the wrong guy. Fortunately, yang my this lady I was talking to, I mentioned Siti ni, she said no, although he's insistent, kan? She said no. She knows what she want and she doesn't want. She want someone who at least have 2A. Kurang-kurangnya ada 2A. 2A ada akhlak agama. And she knows she doesn't want a guy who tak solat and drink. So when I asked her, when you said, you told him you're not interested, he asked why. And she explained lah, she doesn't like that dia tak solat and dia minum, he drinks alcohol. And his response was like, what's that got to do with anything? Rolling eyes. He said, what's that got to do with anything? Like, eyes rolling. He said he's a nice guy, but it's substandard nice guy. What do you think? I mean, in terms of akhlak and agama, yang kriteria yang paling yang Rasulullah SAW nak kita buat. Okay, so he couldn't see apa kena-mengena tak solat and drinking alcohol has to do with being a good husband. So yeah, that is concerning. Isn't that concerning? Don't you find that scary? I just said, whoa, that is scary. Dia tak sedar benda tu salah. Yeah. And like I mentioned, bukan dia nak super alim, super imam. It's just someone minimum akhlak agama. And I'm sure you want the same thing. Minimum someone yang ada akhlak dan agama. Dan doesn't have to be super alim and super alim. But someone who knows a bit more than you, at least have the need to grow in spirituality, the need to grow, nak tambah ilmu, nak amalkan benda baik, mungkin pergi kelas usrah dengan you, kan, tambah agama, and grow together, grow old together in your spirituality, emotionally sekali. And we know from a lot of statistics, drinkers have horrible temper, and most abusers are drinkers. Correct me if I'm wrong. Show me the statistics to tell me that I'm wrong, that most abusers are drinkers. Physical abusers, verbal abusers, most of them are from alcohol abuse. Because they abuse alcohol, they become physically abusive. Okay? So, and well, she also mentioned that she's in a conundrum. Was that the word she used? Conundrum. Because she said that she feels, if you can relate, let me know. If you can relate, let me know. We want to address your concern. Okay? She feels she's too halal for the haram guys and too haram for the halal guys. So that was an interesting feedback. It's like, that is interesting. It's interesting. She feels too halal for the haram guys and too haram for the halal guys. Okay, that's one interesting feedback there. Um, because and also the other thing that she mentioned, dalam ta'aruf ni, and getting married, the timeline is not just here but also the hereafter. Oh, okay. The sister is commenting. Yes, I feel the same way too. I think you're referring to the comment where I feel too halal for the haram guys and too haram for the halal guys. So, okay, interesting. Maybe we need to discuss that further. Um, okay, right. So cool. I mean, okay, what she could have done. Of course, I can't tell her to. Okay, no, you do this, do this. No, I help to clear your thoughts, but as a default way to break up and say no, can of course maybe ta'aruf timeline, her timeline was too long. 6 months might be too long. The might be it's subjective, up to you. It might 6 months might be too long because you don't want to spend 6 months getting to know a guy that you don't want. Betul tak? Can. And if I give an example, when I met my wife in May, we berkenalan melalui email sebab zaman tu tak ada WhatsApp. Zaman tu tak ada WhatsApp. That was a long time ago. So berkenalan in May, berkenalan melalui email. And then after 1 month, she said, okay, this is my last email. No more communication after this. Complete cut off. But if you want to continue discussion, this is my father's phone number. If you don't call him by the end of June, then I will consider that you're not interested. If you do call him, then we can discuss this discussion ta'aruf further. So that's it. She completely stopped communicating with me. My wife completely stopped communication with me. So at the same time, I pun macam, I respected that because this woman is serious. And this woman, my wife, knows what she wants. And this woman knows how to, drive me. And I can't play lah with this woman. And she's not a girl, she's a woman. She knows what she wants. And I respect that. I respect that greatly. Because honestly, if I were to be, I hope my wife is not watching. I've dated nice girls and I've dated crazy girls. But I married the one that I respect. See what I mean? I've dated nice girls. I've dated crazy girls. But I married the woman that I respect. Okay, boleh. We want to respect women. But you need to respect yourself first. Feel my drift? Cool, boleh. See, so yeah, I mean, she knew how to play the game. Most of what I'm sharing with you is basically from her brilliance. I'm just breaking it down and elaborating and putting it into a formula that you will remember. Kan? So sometimes I cakap, I always go back to her. So masa kita ta'aruf dulu, how do you feel about this? Why do you do this? Why you do that? Oh, okay. Then I write down, and then I share her wisdom to you. She's shy and she's busy with the kids. She'd rather spend time with the kids, and maybe we have her on someday soon. But basically, most of this, what I'm sharing with you, is her wisdom. I am breaking it down, putting it into formulas that you can remember, structuring it so that you learn and faham. I harap you boleh share this ilmu with your single friends for, self-respect. Kan? Like I said just now, I mean, betul, truly, I've dated nice girls. Dulu lah, sebelum ilmu ta'aruf, okay? Sebelum I belajar ilmu ta'aruf, I've dated nice girls. I've dated crazy girls. But I married the one that the woman, not a girl, a woman that I respect. And I married her because she respects herself, I respect her. Okay. Boleh. All right. So and so what I think, if I were to give a tip, if I were to give a tip to Siti tadi, uh, just give one. You might have 5 reasons to call it off, to reject this guy. You might have 5 reasons, but just give him one something that he cannot uh, be defensive. Okay, he can doesn't have a rebuttal, and if possible, you want to break up with this guy. Have a script that he cannot lawan balik, and of course he needs closure. You already have your closure. You dah tak nak. You dah tawar hati, but he needs this closure. Uh, you need to be firm with what you want and what you don't want. You already have this list. Okay, kalau buat homework, you already have this list. You have this list of what you don't want. This no list. Okay, just stick to one point. Kalau if you cakap, oh, I tak suka, I'm not interested sebab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kan, he will attack 2, 3, 4, 5. So your argument is weak. But if you stick to one, just one, the one strong reason that he cannot lawan balik, no, have no rebuttal, and it's a much stronger way to say no. And remember to let the Siti yang tegas to lead you. Siti tu you lah kot. You katakan nama you Siti, and don't let Siti yang so doormat to lead you. Okay, suruh Siti doormat tu diam. Okay, and let Siti yang tegas, yang hormati diri, yang knows what she wants and what she doesn't want to lead you. Boleh? Okay, so this has been interesting. I hope you learned. Please learn to say no. Please do the homework to 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 say no. At least when you're clear, when this happens to you, nanti, you will know what you don't want. Usually, then you realize you are more clear on the red flags. This is your red flags. Macam, oh, this guy is this. I don't want this. This guy is on my red flag punya list. It's a no list, not a marriageable list. Okay. All right. So homework for you is WhatsApp to me, to this number, a no list, things that you don't want. So things that you takut in salah pilih suami. Yeah. Kalau you salah pilih suami, apakah kriteria suami yang salah? Okay, a no list. This is what this list is about. And the second thing, if you want to join this Nak Jodoh BFF support group for women, please make any donation to any charity that you like. Okay, don't give me the money. Donate a charity that you like, and then I will allow you into the group. Because one, you have to do the homework because I want to know it's serious. Second, I want you to sedekah to any charity that you like. I repeat, don't give the money to me. Any charity that you like, just give me the receipt. I want to help people yang memudahkan their own ikhtiar kahwin, sebab you dah sedekah, you murahkan rezeki you, jodoh juga rezeki, dan senang lagi I nak tolong you. Betul tak? Alright, so okay, it's already 10 o'clock. So I'm going to rush into the Nak Jodoh group. Okay, which is, kalau you, I know some of you dah join, Alhamdulillah. So we'll be there in 5 minutes to do our story exchange punya visualization and relaxation exercise, where you can calm down your anxieties and your fear in just a snap. Wallahi, I mean, I did this exercise with yesterday, and I hope the sister cakap she can give a testimonial about how she feels and how she feels more confident and more relaxed when she did this exercise. You'll be joining kan? You'll be giving a testimony, inshallah. And yeah, I mean, this is Nak Jodoh BFF group for wanita support wanita. Okay, so Alright, so I gotta go. If you want to join the group, I will. You kena buat homework ni dulu. Okay, kalau you dah join, good. I'll see you in 5 minutes. Kalau you belum join, do this homework, then I'll let you join. Alright, boleh? Okay, so sebelum saya undur diri, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kita doa, type amin lepas ni. Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ya Allah, aku minta pasangan yang baik menjadi menantu pada ibu bapaku, yang disayangimu untuk mendapat keredaanmu, berganding bahu bersama kejanahmu, ya Allah. Amin. Amin, type amin. Alright, so lambat, but you're already in the group. Tak apa, I'll see you in 5 minutes. We have this story exchange exercise. Alright, cool. See you in this FB group. If you're in Telegram, are you in the FB group? I'll give you the link now. But wait, it's only for people yang dah buat homework dan make a donation to any other NGO. Don't give me the money, So, alright, cool. Alright, see nak jodoh BFF members in 5 minutes. Baik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you tomorrow night. Ingat, cinta diri, cinta mari. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.